Hello, and we're going to start our two-part lesson today. We're talking about the life of a shepherd. To talk about the life of the shepherd, we're going to talk about a famous shepherd from Scripture, David, king of Israel. I'm sure David grew up with sheep as his father Jesse had sheep, and as a little boy he probably dreamed of the day when he would be able to take the sheep out and shepherd them, and there were some things he had to learn about being a shepherd. First, he had to learn how to care for the sheep. They needed food. They needed the right food. You had to move sheep from pasture to pasture. I know we had some sheep by us years ago, and there's still some out there, and they will eat the grass so much that there's none left, so you have to keep them moving. Water. Sheep need water that's still. Fast rushing waters, they're not, well, I've heard it said, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard it said that if you sheep get to water that's flowing too fast, it'll wash them right downstream. And not only that, the first sheep might step in, get washed away, and the next sheep will go ahead, too. So you had to be very careful. They needed water, but that goes with they need safety. There were many things that you had to watch out for to take care of the sheep. You had to learn to love the sheep. The sheep had to be your sheep, and the sheep had to know that they were their sheep. Not really exactly pets, and I don't know how that worked, but the shepherds, it sounded like named the sheep, but it also sounded like the sheep had the name of the shepherd on them, like David's sheep. And that'll be a good lesson for us as we learn about our good shepherd Jesus. Need to call a sheep my sheep. It makes a sheep know that he's their shepherd. Finally, one day, David was old enough. His father Jesse said, "David, I think you're ready to go take care of the sheep now." Oh, I'm sure David was excited to be out there all alone in God's creation with the sheep. David loved to sing and play, and maybe even wrote a few of the Psalms out there. We don't know, but he wrote some songs. But it wasn't all easy. It wasn't just like that. It wasn't as easy as taking the sheep to water and food, because the sheep had enemies. There were thieves. Thieves would try to steal the sheep. Wolves. And bears. In fact, David talked about a time a bear attacked the sheep, and it says David ended up killing the bear. We don't have a lot of details on that. And another time a lion came, and we see the dead lion, and we don't know the whole story on that, but it sounds like David went up to that lion that grabbed one of his lambs and smacked it on the nose with his shepherd's staff, and that lion dropped that lamb, but he thought that David would be tasty. But David thought quick. He grabbed it by the beard. He grabbed it and stabbed it, and that lion lay dying. And I'm not lying. Being a shepherd. To be a shepherd, you needed to take care of those sheep. You needed to get those things right. You needed to do the right thing and be willing. Be willing to stand up and protect your sheep. That will get us ready for our next part, the sheepfold and the good shepherd.